Reactions have trailed a suit filed by a legal practitioner and an aspirant for the People's Democratic Party (PDP) ticket for the Enugu West Senatorial District in the 2019 general election, Chief Ogochukwu Onyema, against former Deputy Senate President Senator Ekweremadu. Daily Post reports that in the suit filed at the Federal High Court sitting in Enugu, Onyema prayed that called to declare the seat of the Enugu West Senatorial District in the upper legislative chamber of the National Assembly currently occupied by Ekweremadu. Reacting to the suit, Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization Ohanaeze Ndị Igbo described Onyema's action as satanic. The national president of Ohanaeze Ndị Igbo Youth Council, Mazi Oku Nnabuike, in a statement on Thursday, said it was satanic for anyone to file such a suit against the lawmaker in the face of his current challenges. We find it agonizing that any human being could come up with this kind of satanic and acidic suit against Senator Ekweremadu. It is even more coming at a time when it has been revealed that Senator Ekweremadu is facing health challenges in detention. One expects any person with conscience to emphasize with the lawmaker in the face of these challenges. We call on the plaintiff to immediately withdraw that suit for the sake of posterity and human conscience. Nobody is immune to health challenges. It can happen to any other person. Barrister Ogochukwu Onyema should, without wasting time, withdraw the satanic suit if indeed he is a true Igbo man who are known to be their brother's keeper, Oku declared. Also reacting, an Enugu-based legal practitioner evangelist Chinenye Oji faulted Onyema, saying the lawsuit fights in the face of the laws of Nigeria, including the Electoral Act, noting that Section 68 of the Constitution expressly lists the grounds and processes for declaring a senator's seat vacant. He said that even if a vacancy occurs for any reason, the seat wouldn't be inherited by anybody, as Section 76 of the Constitution provides that INEC must conduct a fresh election within 30 days to fill such vacancy. Section 68(1) provides, among others, that a member of the Senate or the House of Representatives shall vacate his seat in the house of which he is a member if he becomes a member of another legislative house. Any other circumstances arise that, if he were not a member of the Senate or the House of Representatives, would cause him to be disqualified for election as a member, he ceases to be a citizen of Nigeria. Without just cause, he is absent from meetings of the house of which he is a member for a period amounting in the aggregate to more than 1/3 of the total number of days during which the house meets in any 1 year. Being a person whose election to the house was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another party without a division or a merger affecting the party that previously sponsored him, or the presiding officer receives a certificate under the hand of the INEC chairman stating that the provisions of Section 69 of the Constitution in respect of the recall of a lawmaker have been complied with. But even at that, Section 68 of 3 provides that a senator or house member shall not be deemed to be absent without just cause from a meeting of the house unless the person presiding certifies in writing that he is satisfied that the absence of the member from the meeting was for a just cause. He said none of this applies to Senator Ekweremadu yet, as he had not been absent for not just cause or for 1/3 of the total number of sitting of the Senate in 2022. A year is 365 days, but remember that the Senate sits for only 3 days in a week, that is from Tuesday to Thursday. Ekweremadu was arrested in the United Kingdom around 22nd June and Senate on recess in July and returned on the 20th September. So there is no way he could be absent from session for 1/3 of the sitting between now and December, because the Senate will only sit for a maximum of 42 days. When you add the Christmas time, it will be much less. And if you had New Year and 2023 election recess, there is no way he could have absented himself from plenary for the remaining part of the lifespan of the Senate, which will most likely end in May 2023, he stated. Besides, Oyema placed third in the said primary, not second, and even if he came second, he will still not inherit a Enugu West seat, because the Constitution section 76 of the 1999 provides that where a vacancy exists in the National Assembly, such vacancy shall be filled within 30 days, and an election on a date to be appointed by INEC. Also, the Electoral Act 2022 provides that you cannot occupy an elective position without participating in all the processes leading to the election. So, did OAU Oyema contest the senatorial election in 2019? The answer is no. We know Oyema has always wanted to be in the Senate, being a perennial senatorial aspirant, but must not be through the back door. OG concluded. Wow, laws sweet. So laws sweet. So when it comes to politicians, they will begin to quote the law according to this, and they want to follow it, and you know of a truth. But when it's anything that concerns an ordinary man, an average Nigerian, they will begin to turn it upside down. They will begin to turn it upside down. If these laws are in place, why is Nigeria still the way it is? While I was going through this, that was what was going through my mind. If Nigeria recognizes law, if these politicians, the so-called politicians and the custodians of our laws, if they really understand it, why is Nigeria still the way it is? And that is why most of the time I always find it difficult when, or funny when, you see lawyers arguing. If this is like this, why then do it like this? Those things are there, but why going back and forth and be arguing it? At the end of the day, you'll be surprised at what is happening. Why are people doing like this? There wouldn't have been any problem. So it is sweet, see the way they have quoted it. Oh yeah, that is the right thing to do. But the question is, if it happens to, well, any other law that's supposed to protect the citizens, will they be able to defend it this way? You begin to hear some kind of a technicality. And the question you need to ask again, that the person, this Oyema that is trying to push this whole thing, is he not aware of this law that is being stipulated here? Well, Ohaneze is the seat not vacant now. Another person should take his seat. Ask them, who can he be in prison in UK and as well be in Senate in Nigeria? Remember, Enugu West is losing, not gaining, by allowing all their entitlements overlap by another. The said barrister came third in 2018 primary, so he should hide his face in shame. Life goes on. No Nigerians send a message. Chief Oyema is his brother, and tomorrow we are talking of Biafra. Ndigbo, we don't even love ourselves. We should be love ourselves inside. This is totally inhumane for Oyema to have this kind of evil mind. Now God, the crown king. Ndigbo. Okay, also guys, let's hear your opinion on this.